We here, we here, we here. You know, another summer on the calendar here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, getting back on these internet streets. You know, but yeah, man. What's up with the people? What's going on? Shit, man. Just chilling, maintaining, you know, enjoying life, you know, and, shit, man. Just trying to, what's they say, man? Forward motion out here, you know. And, yeah, man. Shit, man. You know, just tapping in, doing what I do, you know, comfortable, and, you know, chilling. Everybody's well, taken care of. Shit, I'm just looking for, you know, just more opportunity out here, you know, more opportunity. Getting to the bag, trying to get my chili up, you know. And, yeah, man, shit, man, you know, been tapping into the music and shit. You know, been trying to get back to the music game, but man, I'm trying to find some space for myself to be able to record. You know, I got a nice little spot where I'm at right now, but you know, the kids are getting older, so you know, they holding down the fort, so you don't get that space and opportunity to be able to create. So it's all good, man. You know, talk to some folks that, you know, got a studio and shit, see if we can put something together, get some shit cracking off, you know. And, yeah, man, you know, things are cool. Donald Trump, he back in office, you know. Guess he got this thing with the tariffs and massive deportation, relocating people that been in this country illegally and shit. And you know, when I you know, I mean, when the voting, you know, when the whole presidential thing was coming up, the campaigning, and you know, who you gonna vote for the next president, you know, I thought, you know, Kamala Harris gonna do her thing. But back in my mind, I kind of knew that, like, America is not ready for the first black lady president, you know? So I'm kind of like, you know, I'm like, man, if she's voted into office, you know, like, some folks out here in America is gonna be shocked. And not only here, but I think the whole world will be shocked to you know what I mean? Like, you know, United States of America voted in the first black lady president, second black behind Barack Obama, and the first lady president. Like, you know, it'll be a shocker, man. So I back in my mind, like, hey, man, I'm, you know, personally, like, I'm ready for it. Like, I didn't know where she came out of. Like, you know, I guess she was a mayor in San Francisco, or she's a DA or something like that. I'm not too familiar with her background, but a lot of people was complaining, I guess, because she in California, she'll send a lot of people to jail for, like, you know, just marijuana and shit and cannabis, drugs, and I guess criminals and shit, and was really hard on that shit in California. So a lot of folks was like, she's no good, you know. But Biden appointed her to be vice president, and you know, Sleepy Biden, Sleepy Joe they call it, Joe Biden. You know, he was really older, but you could tell his health was declining. And, You know, everybody was worried, like, is he going to make it through the presidential? And not like that, is he going to serve his second term? And I, you know, back in my head, I'm like, man, these folks going to vote him in, and he's going to ride this shit out till he just, you know, something bad, you know what I mean, till his health is just not there. But he announced that he's not running for second term, and Kamala Harris stepped up. And then I guess, you know, they had Tim Walz. You know, he was a pretty good speaker. He came with that new energy. But folks said it didn't last too long. You know, when he was on that, the debate stage, you know, he seemed cool, but he got kind of lost in the, I don't say he got lost in the conversation. I just think that he wasn't well put together. And I think he was well put together. I think he just didn't have enough of the you know, the political info. Like, you know, I don't know what you want to call that. Like, when you get up on that podium, like, what are you standing for? Like, what are you all about? I think he didn't have too much of that going on with himself as a politician, you know. And he might have been caught off guard, and they say, hey man, run with Kamala. You know, I liked his energy. He was clear spoken, you know, but it was just not the intelligence, it's just his political delivery. He didn't have too much of it. So I think he kind of ran out of gas and started backtracking and repeating the same thing, and a lot of folks caught on to that, and it just kind of fell apart, you know. But yeah, man, you know, be honest, man, it'd be nice to see Kamala Harris as president, but my opinion, she's gonna run the same agenda as Sleepy Joe Biden or whatnot. So I'm kind of glad that she didn't go in there. I was more of a Bernie Sanders guy, but for some reason they told Bernie Sanders, like, hey, pack it up. We got other plans, you know. So he fell back. But you know, going forward, you know, the Democrats still haven't announced who's they gonna be, you know what I mean, who's gonna be representing the Democrats in the next election, you know. Like, this is the shit I'll be talking about. Like, you know, they're gonna try to throw something at us at the last minute, like, oh, here, oh, you know, oh, this dude, like, where does this dude come from? Where he was at? You know, the last minute deal, throw something at you. Oh, look, oh, this guy been doing this and that. Like, bro, you know, we ain't heard about dude. Now he's running for president, you know, under the Democratic candidates. And it's like, we don't even fucking know, Holmes. We haven't heard shit from the Democratic Party. They've been quiet. They've been doing little shit under the table. And like I say, to me, all grassroots, you know, find somebody that's working their way up, got the energy, dedicated, really want to do this shit, work with them, you know, develop them, put them in position, you know, carrying them, you know what I'm saying? Be a successor or whatnot, they call it. You know, from grassroots, like, hey, we've been dealing with this when he's a young dude. We point him this way and work with him, put him out there, man. Come out here, shake hands with the communities. Get out here, man. Get your boots dirty, man. Get your hands wet. Go out here, talk to the people, touch the people, see what the people talking about. Look at their living conditions. You know, walk around and see what's really going on from ground zero. Stop being in a fucking they castle, and, you know, looking down on people. And when it's election time, they just pop out of nowhere, well-dressed, talking about, oh, we're going to do this and that, tell you all these fucking lies. And once they get elected to office, all of a sudden, you know, you don't hear nothing about what they promised you. All of a sudden, they become international politics. They talking to China, they talking to Russia, they talking to Taiwan, they talking to UK, they talking to Iran. You know, don't forget about our buddies out here in Australia, and it's just like, what the heck, you know? Like, them fires happened in California, bro. Like, like they said, caught them off guard. Like, what the hell's going on? Some fires, man. Get people over there, man. Take care of that. You know what I'm saying? I guess the mayor of LA, Los Angeles, was on vacation. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, there's a fire going on. Okay, I'll be there. Hey, send somebody over there representing me. Let them know, hey, I'm making my way back. We're going to take care of this. We're going to get this shit under control. None of that. You know, no response. You know, the response was late. You know, the governor, what's that? Newsom, Gavin Newsom or whatever. Like he, you know, he was in the public eye. He was in front of the camera. You know, I'm hearing that he might try to run for president too. But he been out there, you know, California. He wanted to sit down, talk to Donald Trump. You know, I think he had a podcast with Marshawn Lynch, you know, a football player that used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, and he also played with the Oakland Raiders. You know, I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer for sure. And he's a Bay Area native, and it's crazy. Them two, the governor of California and that football player, they had a podcast together, which is, you know, I kind of found that out pretty late. But you know, they've been tapped in, but that's just California. You gotta move around, man. You gotta hit these battlefields. You gotta go out here and talk to your opposition, let them know what's going on, how you gonna fight these problems, these solutions. And like I say, man, you know, we live in a different world where it seems like no one wants to do the right thing. Everybody want to do things their way, and if it's not done their way, you know, hit the highway type shit. Like, oh, I don't know anything else. Like, people are not adjustable. They don't want to be adjusted. They don't want to adapt to anything. You know, it seems like people are not competitive. And if you are competitive, you're competitive to multiple. You know, like everybody want to jump on a wagon. Oh yeah, me too, me too. So like I say, this political shit out here in America, man, it's just becoming a hot fucking mess. I don't get it. You know, I'm an older person. I'm an adult. You know, I kind of understand, and I'm living through these issues that you know we speak of. I'm an adult. You know what I mean? I got kids, a home, a job, whatever. But then you realize, like, you start like want to know more, like what's going on, what's more. It's like there's nothing else. It is what it is. These motherfuckers don't care about your motherfucking ass. You know, when you was little, you would believe in all the shit, especially hope and you know, the good energy and, oh, we're gonna do this and that, all these promises. But when you get older, you realize these are broken promises, man. They're just telling you that, get you all worked up, have you all hyped up, and then they duck off in the shadows, you know, and you be like, damn, like when the last time we heard from dude? Like we couldn't wait to see dude, and now he's in office, now we don't hear shit, and now they lose touch of the people, you know. Now they talking about, like I say, some international shit that we don't understand, and a lot of these foreign countries, they want no business with America. America is just butting in their business, and they're like, bro, we don't really need you. Actually, America need them. They don't need us, you know? So then we need to work on, as Americans, we need to work on self-value. We need to be more valuable to society. You understand me? Like we're just, you know, I believe we just got too comfortable in our position, and our political stuff is just going all over the place. 1 minute we're Republican, next minute we're Democratic. You know, and we're within our infrastructure, we have hate. Like, we have hate towards each other, like over some political shit. You know, we thought we got rid of that hate and moved on to be something great and be more of a representative in this new world, you know, bright future. But I think we lost that vision. We lost that way. We lost that our hunger. You know, we got comfortable. We've been fooled. You know, all of our politicians got dirty. They turned their back on the American people. You know, and it sucks. Now we got to look for our way back in the game. Like, damn, we've been misled. So it's like, damn, like, how can we, you know, no one wants to step up. And the ones that do want to step up, we're not taking them serious. We brush them off because we're not knowing. You know, once again, we just misled on some weak shit. You know? More power to the people. But at the end of the day, I don't allow none of that shit tear me apart. I'm in survival mode. You know, you know what I mean? I'm in survival mode, so I gotta sit here and do whatever is best for myself, my family, people around me, you know. And you know, I have no choice, man. I'm always the type of person to keep my head up. You know, it's just life. And you know, sometimes I take it personal, you know, wondering why is it this, why is it that? But it's just like, hey, it's out of my control. But what I can do is do what I can. I can, you know, control what I can control, and things that's out of my control, hey, you know. And like I say, our global leaders need to be fucking strong leaders, you know. And like I said plenty of times, the people need to be bailed out, man. We need to be bailed out. The middle class need to be bailed out. We need more support for the middle class. We need, man, what is it, man? I'm not even talking about funding. We just need that, you know. We need our global leaders to focus more on the middle class, the people that built society, you know. And you know, but I don't, like I say, the you know, the high and mighty, the big dogs, the big wigs, you know, the rich, you know, the global leaders, these people, man, they playing a dangerous game, bro. They really don't give a fuck about anybody that's beneath them. They don't care. Like, why should they care? They made their fortune. They made their way. You know, they don't really need us in many different areas. That's fine. You know? But, like I say, it's like, you know, I see why some of these people get frustrated and they go out and do something stupid, because it's like, you know, we're not going to be heard unless you go out there and do some foolish ass shit. Then you be heard.